or wrong, success or failure. But tell me, how often do we pause to notice what exists between those lines? A space that isn't one thing or the other, but somehow both. When I was younger, I used to believe that life was simple. But doesn't life have a humorous way of proving us wrong? The most significant things don't happen in the black or the white, but rather somewhere in the middle. It's the messy in between and it's uncomfortable, but it is also where we develop. And that is what I refer to as the grey zone of growth. Hi, I'm Asmii Sundoja, and I first realized that this grey zone of growth wasn't just an idea in high school, when the whole world started asking me that one question. So Asmii, what do you want to do with your life? Many of us say doctors, many say engineers. Many wants to be artists, athletes, entrepreneurs, or even pilots. The dreams are huge, sometimes even sky high. But along with those dreams comes a nagging doubt. What if I'm not good enough? What if I can't afford it? Or the worst of all, what if I fail? And all of a sudden, your life stands still in that grey zone. You're not failing, but you're not exactly succeeding either. You're stuck between your dreams and your doubts, between who you are and who you want to be. For most of my life, things went the way I planned. I set goals, worked hard, and got what I aimed for. So when I applied to be the head girl, I was very confident. But did I get head girl? No. It is still a leadership post, still an honor. And to many of you, it might not even look like a big setback, because president is an amazing post. But to me, it was a deviation from what I had envisioned and was preparing for day and night. But as I stepped into that unexpected zone is when I realized that not in the perfect wins, but growth happens in those grey areas where things don't go exactly as planned, but end up teaching you far more than what you expect. Let us look at our lives today. We are all living in the grey zone. I want you all to quickly ask yourself this question and raise your hand if you think that you are living the same life that you portray on social media. Not a single hand. Exactly. Your social media life isn't exactly you, but it isn't completely separate from you either. As a matter of fact, we are closer to the people who are farther away from us and farther away from the people closer to us. Half of our friendships are formed in group chats and the other half in real life. Our careers and education are so hybrid of the physical and digital worlds. It all feels weird, doesn't it? Like we're always coexisting at two places all at once. But here's the catch. This is exactly where new possibilities are born. Artists are coding, whereas engineers are designing. This is the grey zone of growth, where boundaries blur and creativity sparks. And this isn't just personal, it's universal. True peace never comes from one side winning. And it definitely never comes from silence either. It grows in those messy conversations, in compromise, and in that middle ground where you're forced to listen. It comes from the courage to step into that in between. Philosophically, it all makes sense. It's never the smooth skies, but the turbulence we overcome that makes the flight of life worth it. So let me ask you, where are you right now? Maybe you're a high school student like me who's stuck in between your dreams and your doubts. Maybe you're someone who's navigating through your personal life and everything else. Maybe you're someone who's between who you are and who you want to be. Maybe you're someone who's caught between adulthood and childhood. I know, it all feels uncertain, even scary. But here's what I've realized. The gray zone of growth isn't a place to fear. In fact, it's the most human space of all. Because when you step into that in between, you don't just find yourself, you create yourself. So the next time you feel caught in that messy in between, don't rush to escape it. Stay there, embrace it, because that might just be the birthplace of your best self. Thank you.